Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Company, I'm Penjo, welcome back to the Guild 3, where we pick things up once more with the piece of cakes, and last time out it was a time of highs and lows for the piece of cake. So certainly the high point was that Gunter, as you can see there, became the mayor. Gunter is the Mayor of Magdeburg, which is wonderful. So he gets to wear his fancy clothes because, you know, he's the mayor now, he gets to look the part, and it's very impressive from Gunter. So 32 years ago, Gunter arrived in Magdeburg as an absolute pleb. He was the lowest of the low. He had no social status. Nobody knew who he was. He had barely any kind of privileges other than he could make flannels and wash himself and all that kind of stuff. And in this time between then and now, he has made himself a load of money. He's got himself a family and a dynasty and businesses, and he's worked his way up the social ladder, and he is now the mayor of this entire place, which is wonderful. And that's very inspirational to other people too, because other people might be looking on thinking, do you know what, Gunter did it. Gunter piece of cake did that. I can do that too. So, you know, that was very good. So Gunter became the mayor. Absolutely fantastic. However, the bad thing, the terrible thing, it's not just bad, it was really terrible. The terrible event was that not long after Gunter had become the mayor and was appointed, his wife of many years, Alisa, did die. She passed away, I assume just due to age. It didn't say she'd been killed. It didn't say she'd succumbed to the plague or anything. I think it was just age that took her, because she was 49 when she died, and Gunter is 50 years old right now also. And in the year 1432, getting to this age, that's pretty impressive. That's quite a good thing. That is a good innings, as they would say. So yeah, the fact that she got to 49, you know, it was kind of not expected that she would die, but it's understandable that she would succumb to age at the age of 49 in this particular year. But that doesn't make it any less sad. It was all very, very sad. So Gunter now finds himself on his own. I mean, okay, I say on his own. He's being pursued by his bodyguard. He's being pursued by Irene, who follows him around everywhere. But yeah, so he's kind of, I'd like to think now maybe he's got over the shock of it. You know, he's still grieving. He's still very, very sad, but he's got over the initial shock, and he's going around and, you know, he realises that whilst this is terrible, he still has a position here. So he's going to go around and, you know, try and just get on with his job and go around and do some mayor things, go and do some mayoring. Yeah, he's currently doing his PR thing, which is absolutely fine. So this does push Battenberg up onto this little thing here now into second place, because Battenberg is now going to take over control of the dynasty when something happens to Mayor Gunter here. And last time out, we were looking at Battenberg as well. We used Battenberg as a bit of a sort of a dealer, if you like, to go over to the market. That's not Battenberg. Oh, Battenberg's in the house, of course. Yes, Battenberg is over here in Piece of Cake Manor. So yeah, we sent Battenberg out over to the market, wherever it is, over this way. There it is, hiding in the trees. So the long distance trade route over to Braunschweig. So yeah, Battenberg bought some fancy clothes. In fact, he bought the clothes that Gunter is wearing. He bought his dad his fancy sort of garb stuff. That's because Battenberg has some very good sort of bartering skills, which is wonderful. So we also sent, where is Jazine? Where are you? There we go. So Jazine is currently out again. So we sent Jazine on another mission, another fancy pants trip overseas, because I like finding out what they bring back. So the first trip she did, she brought back some tobacco as well as an illegitimate child, but that's fine. We're all on board with whichever one it was. Which one was it? Hang on a minute. Which one was it? It was you as fruit. We're all on board with fruit being here now. Fruit's an important member of the family, and it's all fine. So she came back with obviously this child here, fruit, but also she came back with tobacco, which is good. That was a nice sellable commodity that we sold somewhere. I think we took it to the long distance market. And the second trip, she brought back some sort of, are they still in here? It was like fancy sort of cloth, wasn't it? Yeah, brocade, so richly ornamented fabric, so, you know, to make cushions or curtains or whatever. And purple dye, which is the most expensive colour of this era because it is extracted from the gland of the purple snail. I don't know if that's true. Is purple dye really extracted from the gland of a purple snail? I don't know. I kind of think that's a bit odd, but whatever the case. So she's got those. She brought those back. And I like the fact that she brings back these random things, and I just like finding out what she's going to bring back. So we send her away on another trip overseas. It gets us influence, and she brings these things back, which we can sell. So it kind of pays for itself. Not quite entirely the 15,000, but, you know, it pays a little bit of it back, which is wonderful. Now, one thing we are going to look at that a few people have said in the comments is that there's some sort of life timer on the character portraits. There's a candle or something. Now, I hadn't noticed this, so let's go and have a look. Is there a candle on the character portraits? Some people have said, yes, you need to look at the candle. You'll be able to see how long their life is going to be. But I cannot see a candle. I can see the inventory stuff. That's all fine. That's what they're carrying. Down here, you can see that Gunter is the head of the family and jobs and all that kind of stuff. That's their current health. That's a lord. But yeah, I don't know where the candle is supposed to be. I'm not entirely sure where people are looking for this thing. So if you could just highlight it to me, people, where you're seeing this little candle type thing appearing. Yes, people have said there is a candle. There is a candle lifetimer, and you can check it on the character portraits. But I am lost as to where that is. I cannot see it anywhere. Apparently it was in the Guild 2 as well, I think a few people have said. So, yeah, I don't know if people are getting confused between the Guild 2 and this one or what. I don't know. But I cannot see a sort of a candle lifetimer thing anywhere. I don't know where it is. So, yeah, on this screen, I think is where they must mean. Please direct me to where it is, and I will gladly use it to try and sort of assess how long our people are going to live. But yeah, I cannot see it right now. Something else that we looked at last time that I think caused equal parts mirth and abject teeth gnashing frustration was that we employed Otto here. Good old Otto, who was focused for far too much of the previous video. So Otto is employed by the Woodry as a transporter, and his sole job, the idea of his sole job anyway, because I don't think he's actually done anything yet, is to pick up oak barrels from the Woodry, which they can make, which is fine. It doesn't take that much to make the oak barrels. So pick up oak barrels and ship them all the way across the map over to our inn, the Cake and Cuppa over here, because the Cake and Cuppa use the oak barrels to make alcohol, and the alcohol is then used later on to make the different beers and all that kind of stuff. But rather than buying the barrels in, because they're relatively expensive, I thought, well, hang on a minute, we can just make them over here and move them over. But there was a bit of a problem, because I said to Otto, hang on a minute, Otto, that place is really far away. How about you get yourself a horse? Because horses go very quickly. Now, I was purely thinking of the sort of the mechanics of how a horse would work in the game. So you have a horse, and it says, yes, a horse. Let's try and find a horse. Where are you, horse? It must be in here somewhere. Let's go and find a horse just to see, just to highlight my sort of thinking here. So there you go. A horse. So, oh no, is that a horse? Hang on, where's a super fast horse? A riding horse. There we go. That's what we want. So I thought, yes, we're going to get him a riding horse. Well, we did get him a riding horse indeed. So I thought, extra storage slot. Yeah, I like that. And plus 43% speed, because the inn is not that close to the Woodry. And I thought, you know what, if we could go 43% quicker on the journey, that would make sense. So we gave him his horse. We set up his trade route to say, take a load of barrels, please. And he immediately swapped it out. He went, actually, I don't want the riding horse. I'm going to take one of the very slow things that they make here, one of the hand cart things. Yeah, one of those. So the hand carts plus 2 storage slots. Okay, I'm on board with that. He can carry more barrels, although I don't think he needs to. And the only thing is minus 10% speed. So I was kind of very frustrated thinking, why does he keep swapping out? But of course, when you think about it logically, not in the rules of the game, as in he's got a thing that gives him storage slots, put the barrels in the storage slots. If you think about it, I was asking this poor man to get on a horse and then ship 10 barrels. Which in hindsight, that's quite difficult to do. It's quite difficult to balance 10 fairly large, sturdy wooden barrels on a horse and then gallop through the town. I mean, it would be a sight to behold, I am fairly sure. But I don't think it was really fair to ask him to do that. But yeah, so the commenters on the last video were sort of, some of them were saying, oh, this is hilarious. What, you're an idiot. What are you doing? And some of them were sort of going, oh my goodness, man, I can't believe this is, why are you doing this, you fool? So, so yes, I think it kind of split people. But I've got it now. So he's back here. And last time we got this, a horse-drawn cart. So it's not as quick as the riding horse, but it does give us plus 5% speed. So it's better than that because that's minus 10. So, he can carry a lot of stuff and he goes 5% quicker, which is wonderful. However, there might be something else we could do. And it's something that we haven't really sort of tinkered with. We've not really done anything with this. And I think we might do it just for the sake of it, just because we've got loads of money and we can now because the piece of cakes are all fabulous. So we can build, if we go into our little building thing down here, in businesses, we can build warehouses. I don't know how many we are allowed, but we've got 0 of them so far. So I'm sure we can have at least one. So you can have a warehouse. It just stores some stuff. you can put goods into that building. If you plan your supply routes carefully, you can turn the warehouse into a hub for your own economic activity. So I think what we might do is, let's get a warehouse. We'll put that, say, in the middle, maybe just here. Otto can go diddly-diddly-do, come through, put stuff into warehouse just here. Then we can have another transporter from the inn go, oh, that's useful. I'll run over and pick up the stuff from the warehouse. So we'll kind of make 2 journeys. So we'll have 2 people doing it, and then the warehouse can just be in the middle. And then eventually we might be able to store the warehouse for, put stuff in there for other reasons. I mean, I don't know what we'd need right now. Nothing kind of jumps out at me, but we haven't got one in yet. And I feel like we're missing out. So let's get ourselves a warehouse. You already reached the maximum number of businesses. Oh, I did not think that was a business. I assumed that was just a thing that we could have. Oh, well, that's blown that plan entirely out of the water, hasn't it? No, I don't want to waste a business on a warehouse. Well, we don't need one. It would have been a nice to have. But yeah, I thought that would just been a separate thing. Oh, okay. Oh, no, right, I'm not that bothered. Okay, right, back to plan A then. the loosely named plan A. Right, let's go to the thing here. Right, Otto, my good sir, you can take that out, so don't have your hand cart, because last time out, because we're nice, we actually got you this horse-drawn cart constructed, and we did all the storage rules to say, don't sell them. Don't sell horse-drawn carts. So Otto, now you have a horse-drawn cart. There you go. Don't say I don't treat you to the right things eventually. So, right, so we've got that. Now we can go back to the storage rules, find horse-drawn carts, and say, sell. If you want to sell them, you can sell them. Have a maximum of, 5, but a minimum of 0. You don't have to make them, but if you do make them, only ever have 5 in storage. Front store. Have we got any room in the front store? Is there any room in the front store to sell one of those? Do you know what? Keep, 2 in the front store. Why not? No, let's have 1. 1, because they're quite sort of time-consuming to make, I think. So 1 in the front store, and then let's come out of that. I think now we need to go down here and stop Klaus doing that automatically, manually, and then just say, okay, AI controls back on, and you're just doing planks again, which is absolutely fine. Okay, right. I'm happy with that. That's now all done. So now we should be able to put Otto onto the barreling along route. And if he goes and grabs himself a handcart now, Otto, I'm going to give you a very stern glare. Okay, right. There you go. He's picked up 10 barrels. He's doing the barreling along route. Can we see where Otto is? Otto, reveal thyself. Let's just see if he actually does. I hope he doesn't swap it around, because that would be really irritating. No, there he is. There he is. Oh, Otto, it's so much better than a silly little handcart thing, isn't it? There he is. Yay. Okay, he looks very good. That looks very good. It looks like a comfy ride. I like that. Check out the wheels. Check out the rims. Okay, good. So you've got that in. That's sorted. You can now put barrels over to this place. So this place then, eventually, I'm a little bit concerned that it's going to fill up its storage slots. Hang on, can we get another add-on? We can get 3 more. That's all we can get for this place. Do we want to use one of those add-ons to say, have some more storage capacity? There's enough slots. There's enough slots there, actually. So storage rules, how about now, because we're doing our own barrels, don't procure those. Don't buy barrels. We want a minimum of 10 in storage, which is what Chappie's going to bring over anyway, and a maximum of 50. So that should be okay. I think that will work. We'll have to keep an eye on it. We'll have to just make sure that is how it works. Let's have a look. How quickly do they make the alcohol? They make that very quickly. The alcohol is made very, very quickly. They go through the barrels at quite the speed. Okay, do we need to go and get Otto on his trade route to go and grab some more oak barrels? Do we need him to bring 20 at a time, possibly? That might be what we do. Also, this place is just raking in the money. 100, 10, 50, loads. Oh, no, that's 10 XP. But there's loads of money coming into that. 795 monies? Good grief. Okay, that's lovely. That's making a nice sturdy profit. I'm very happy with that. Where's, there he is. There's Otto. Hi, Otto. Okay, what we'll do is we'll get him into the actual pub. We'll get him to drop off the barrels that he has. Oh, the election has ended. Hang on, let's just get him into this place first, because otherwise I'll forget what I'm doing. Okay, oh, big load of red thingamabobs going on. Hang on, does that mean that going into their effects... Hang on, have they not got all the fancy procurement things? Satisfaction, we've got all the good stuff down there. Okay, never mind. Well, I don't know what that was about. Okie doke. Okay, what was that? The election has ended. Hang on, what? No agreement was found among the electors, so the Monarch decided that Sponge Piece of Cake would take the office of the city legate. Xenia voted for Gunter Piece of Cake. Hang on. Gunter's the mayor, though. Gunter has a job. So Sponge is now the city legate. Hang on. Whoa. Let's go to here. Hang on. Slow time down. So the city legate is now Sponge. Yay! So we've got a backup in here. Okay, right, good. So we're back in one of these jobs. So, yeah, did somebody apply to be this? There we go. Battenberg has applied to be the treasurer. When do we find that out? 1432 at 4:35. Oh, that's very soon. That's very soon indeed. Okay, wonderful. So we'll find out if we can then get the top tier of government again, which would be wonderful. Then we could do with maybe moving Berengar up a little bit as well, because that would be good. We could just move everybody around a bit. Trade agreement. They want to marry. Yeah, now, this thing here, I think what this means is, I'm not entirely sure how we work this. I think this is a little bit confusing. So I think what happens is, they're saying they want Gunter to marry Cecily to marry Gunter. They want those two to get married, let's put it that way. But I think the destination family, that's got a padlock on it. So I think what would happen is that if we agreed to this, Gunter would vanish out of our thing entirely, and the Knockenhauers would actually get Gunter as one of their people in their dynasty. And I'm not having that. This is some sort of measure of their character. I don't quite understand what the number is representing. I'm assuming it's like their skills and wealth and abilities and, I don't know, items or whatever. So Cecily's number is 2,850. Gunter's is 60,000. So I'm not going to lose a 60,000 point sort of character. So no, sorry, Knockenhauers. You shall have to go and find Cecily another suitable husband from somewhere else. And let's adjust the barreling along trade route to take 20 barrels each time. Let's do that. So take 20, drop 20 off. Let's see if that works. Hopefully it should do. So confirm that. You're on the trade route. That is wonderful. Just taking a look at how the businesses are doing today, and a lot of them are performing very admirably indeed. So the Cake and Cuppa is just bringing so much money in. Piece of Cake's not bringing in a vast amount of money, but it's still doing very well. It's got a nice bit of profit. Piece of Cakeware, that's generating a lot of cash. The Cup of Tea House, it's still losing money, but I cannot bring myself to destroy the tea house because it's a house of tea and it links back to Claude Cup of Tea over in France, which is wonderful because it's all about the narrative. And I like linking back to Claude. I like thinking that Claude is over there in France looking over thinking, oh, the Germans don't like our tea. That's a bit of a shame. But yeah, is there anything we can do with that? I don't know. Maybe we'll go and have another look at some other point. Piece of Cake Crafts is making a little bit of money. But again, these are sort of the village industries, which are always going to make a little bit less. They're sort of the basic level kind of businesses you can have. And then the woodry is making a heck of a lot of money. They don't even sort of buy that much stuff. They don't buy that much stuff. Purchases, 682 monies. And sales in the front store alone, about 7,500. That's ridiculous. That's a ludicrous amount of money. So yeah, that's making a nice big profit. So there we go. So with that money, let's do something that other people in the comments have been saying. And that is, let's get our mansion in. We've got ourselves almost 38,000 money. I think we can afford to get our mansion now. We currently live in this little house here. I mean, I say little. It's lovely. It's a nice house. It's got many floors. It's got lots of doors. It's got a flag. It was several flags. It's a multi-flagged property. But we could do better. So right opposite us, look, across the road is a fancy place here. The Golden Spoon. This is a proper mansion. I think it's time we get the mansion in. Let's get Piece of Cake Mansion. I know that's manor, which is that, I don't know, is a manor house different to a mansion? I'm not sure. But let's get the mansion in. Let's get a proper big property. So residences, citizen houses, mansions. Okay, I mean, there's a choice. There's 5 of them. I'm not really feeling the first one. I think that looks a little bit... It's a little bit sort of drab and ordinary kind of thing. This is intriguing because it has some sort of curved bit on there. I'm kind of hoping it's a slide, but I don't think it is. I do quite like that one. because it looks like it has sort of a multi sort of tiered balcony thing. I also like the look of this one because it has a sticky out balcony over there and it looks massive. Like that in my head looks far bigger than that one. And that looks quite long. I think that's... Can we see what that is? Is that one? Is that one with the balcony bit sticking out? Oh, yeah, there. Yeah, that would look quite nice. I like the look of that one. That looks great. But we have got one of those there. That's one, I don't know what type of house that is. I mean, there's not that many mansions around, I don't think. There's not that many. There's citizen houses. In fact, they're the only 2 mansions that are here. Are there any other mansions? Citizen house. They're all citizen houses. Oh, is that a mansion hiding in the corner? No, just houses and stuff. Oh, wow. We would be the 3rd mansion. Okay, that would be very big. That would be a big sort of a big kudos there for the piece of cakes. That would be a big thing. Yeah, okay, right. Let's get one of these in. I mean, it doesn't really matter so much. Well, now I know somebody's already got one of those. I kind of feel like we should get something else. I mean, that one looks very big. That looks very big and sprawling. That's got the 2 pointed roofs. 2 pointed. Is that one? No, I don't think it is that one. I don't think it is. Let's get that one. Let's get the big one there. Let's get this. So 15,380. What do you want to call it? Plebs not wanted. No, because Gunter started as a pleb. Gunter started down there at the very bottom and he's worked his way up. So no, that's very insulting. No, we'll just call it piece of cake mansion. Just keep it nice and simple. Piece of cake mansion. Confirm that. And ideally, I'd put it over here. Oh, that is massive. Oh my goodness me. I mean, yeah, I want it to be in the city itself. I mean, do we put it next to the church? Oh, that's a shame that we can't put it right next to the church. That would be great, but no. In fact, yeah, nothing can really go on this block of land here. So if we go on that side, I'd rather it be over here. There. I mean, that's... Oh, should we put it on this side? Can we put it on the wreckage there? Because then it's next to the fancy cathedral, the supreme glory of God. And then if we do get another business, we could put another business just here, which is near to the market. So yeah, let's do that. Let's think with our business hat on. So let's build just there over the rubble of whatever was there previously, next to our pub, which is wonderful. Yeah, 15,380. Yeah, whatever. I'll have 2, please. Right, here we go. Piece of cake mansion, the construction of, is underway. And of course, we all know how buildings work in the year 1432. They rise from the ground in a mysterious way. There you go, look, chimney first, of course. When you're building a house, you think, what do we do? What do we work on? Yeah, the first thing we do is the chimney. That's exactly what we do. So the house will slowly rise out the ground. And what we want to do is, we want to get to 1635 or whatever it was. So let's just run it on. So here we go. Are we going to get the job? The election has ended. And Battenberg, piece of cake, will take the office of treasurer. Xenia voted for Alisa, piece of cake. Yeah, maybe the maybe the memo didn't get over to Xenia there. Maybe she didn't get the carrier pigeon or whatever. But Xenia... Alisa, piece of cake, is she's not really available to take office right now. I'm sorry to break the bad news, but yeah, okay, fine. Well, there you go. She voted for them, but okie doke. Is that house done? A new building has been finished. Oh, and a family member has leveled up. Oh, it's Carrot. Oh, wonderful. Okay, right. So you've gone to school. You have leveled up. That is marvellous news. Okay, right. Let's have a look then. So what can we do? I mean, strength is a little bit low. I would like it if we had some stronger characters. And Carrot is going to be, at some point, the future sort of leader of the dynasty. So let's give you a point of strength. And at least you've got everything is at least 3, which is, the 3 is kind of basic, is your baseline. So let's give you a point of strength. Let's make you a little bit more sort of, a little bit sort of stronger, a little bit more dangerous. And then, because you're still only 10... you can go back to school. Yes, it's only 5,000. We've got loads of money. Yes, go back to school, please. There we go. Okay, right, wonderful. So now let's go and have a look at our wonderful mansion. Oh, that is very nice. That is very nice indeed. Oh, look at that. It looks splendid. Nice little way in there. It just looks very fancy. The only thing I'm a little bit saddened about is no balcony. The other ones have got balconies. That one lacks a balcony. I mean, they could have put one in here. There's space for a balcony just there. They could have done that. But you know what? I'm very happy with it. It's wonderful. So we want to move people in here. So Yeah, how do we... Oh, no, that's the Cathedral. Hang on, I've clicked on the Cathedral. There we go. That's much better. So, yeah, let's make this our home. So, what do we do? Change place of residence. Yes, absolutely. We'll do that. Change place of residence. Everybody has moved over here, and that is wonderful. Some trade agreements. Gunter to Charlotte Hepner, no. And a trade agreement, Gunter to Cecile Knockenhauer. Oh, crikey. Gunter is sort of hot property right now. Okay, but no, hands off our Gunter. Now, we do have some other jobs to do. So now people have all moved over, although I don't quite know why Sponge is lurking around at that house. Oh no, Sponge seems to be located at both houses. I'm sure it's all fine. However, we do have Volker over here, who is now 38 years old. So Volker has just been stood outside the door of this house for so long. He had such lofty ambitions, did Volker. He was going to see the world. He was going to go and do amazing things. But instead, he spent pretty much all of his life looking at this door. Well, Volker, have I got news for you? You can go and look at an entirely different door. So let's go over here and say, guard a building. Volker, would you please wait until summer 1433? And now, go and guard that building, please. Oh, look at it. He's moving. He's moving. Yay, there we go. When he writes home to his family, he can say, I travelled today. I did a spot of travelling, and then I went round the corner and looked at a different door. So let's see. So what is he going to be looking at if we can get down to sort of ground level? Oh, yeah, that's you know what? That's okay. It's okay being sort of stood outside there. That's all right. It's very well lit, that house, isn't it? It's very fancily lit. There's every single room. I mean, can we not turn the lights off in one of these rooms? The expense on candles alone is ridiculous. Okay, so now we need to move all the stuff over from here. We can move all the stuff over from Piece of Cake Manor over to here. Because, yeah, we're not sort of living in here anymore, are we? I don't think we sort of need to live in this place anymore. What does that do? Does it actually officially... You'll have to transfer your entire family and all your belongings with you to your new residence. So you can't have certain people living in certain houses. So we can't have, say, the Battenberg family, the Battenberg branch of the Piece of Cakes living here and others living over there. So I think at some point we could try and trade the house away as part of a dynastic trade. We could offer the house to somebody for, I don't know, we built it for however much. We could then offer to sell it. The first thing we need to do is we need to move all the stuff out of it because all the stuff is still inside. So this might require a little bit of sort of mucking about. Is anybody doing anything? Who have we got that's sort of not doing anything? So Battenberg isn't doing anything. And Fruit. Oh, I don't suppose Fruit can actually go around and carry stuff, though. Fruit, are you able to hold things? Have you got an inventory? Yes, you have. Can you appear on the map? Yes, you can. Okay, right. Pop over to there, along with Battenberg, and we'll use you two to move some stuff about. This is a little bit weird. It's sort of allowing me to give people items, but those people aren't in the house. I'm a little bit confused as how Gunter can be given that purple dye, but he's not actually in the building where the purple dye is. It's a little bit strange. So, Battenberg, you're going to have the purple dye anyway, and also this brocade stuff, because you are going to go and sell that, Battenberg. That's going to be your job. And then you, Fruit, you're 5 years old, so we shall give you two very terrifyingly sharp-bladed weapons to deal with. Okay, take this short sword and this rapier, and yeah, take them back to our place. We'll bring them back home. It's fine, and we can issue those out to people. And yeah, I think that's it for their sort of carrying capacity. So it's going to be multiple trips required to move all this stuff over. I mean, some stuff we could just get rid of, like robust clothing. We could just get rid of that pretty much straight away. It didn't sell for anything. It's just not really a thing. But yeah, the other stuff we want to keep, like woolen cloaks, we'll keep that because yeah, we're going to give that to our transporters and all that kind of stuff that we have for businesses in the future. And then yeah, this thing as well, sort of peons garments, maybe we could give that to one of the new sort of children as they grow up or whatever. So, you know, there's stuff that we do want to keep. And yeah, stuff that we do want to get rid of. So, right, okay, so let's move people about. So, Fruit, okay, return to just there. And Battenberg, have a trip over to the sort of the foreign market, not the foreign market, the long distance trade route. Hang on, someone's denounced us. The Hepners have denounced us. Hepners and Rollers are feuding. And at a church service, Monica Nuller sniffs at you, seemingly coincidentally, before making a face. It would seem your new eau de toilette does not appeal to the Knoll family's refined noses. Well, la-di-da. So yeah, I don't know. I bet they don't have the... I was going to say, where can we sell these things? So the fancy stuff we've got do we sell it at the market here for the dyes and what have you? But I bet it's not on here for us to look at a price, is it? I bet it's not on here. I mean, would it be a luxury item? There's some very fancy things. Wonder cures. Ooh, something that cures the plague. Okay, fine. So yeah, I don't think we can actually find anything. Let's have a look. I mean, would it be under essentials or black market goods? Let's see if we can find if the purple dye and stuff is an item in our current market that we can have a look at the price of, or if we've got to go over to the long distance one. Okay, it's in the long distance trade route market, but not in our local market. So you can see here the brocade and the purple dye. I mean, there's other things like silks and salts and stuff. I don't want to ruin the surprise of what she's going to bring back. So yeah, okay, right. Battenberg, head over here, would you please, and do some selling of stuff. Whilst Battenberg heads off that way, we're also going to do something that I think is a little bit long overdue, because once again, we've left poor Sponge behind. I feel a bit sorry for Sponge. So she's 28 and she's always lived in the shadow of Battenberg because he's born first and he's the heir to the dynasty and all that kind of stuff. So Sponge here did get married. So Sponge is married to Berengar, but they do not have any children. They've got no kids as of yet. Let's look at the dynasties. Let's look at the... can we look at the family tree of this? So they're married and it's all fine, but they've got no children. And I think it's about time we sorted that out, because we've got two over here. We've got ourselves Carrot and Lemon Drizzle. So why shouldn't they have some children? So let us recall you. So Sponge is out and about doing the PR stuff. So we'll bring both of you two home, I think, to the fancy new house as well. So yeah, in you go to the new house. And you, Lord Berengar, the Arsenal Master, so you can run over that way. That would be wonderful. Do you know what we could do? Hang on, where is the thing where we look inside? There's a thing where you can look inside the buildings. Hang on, is it got to be someone that's actually in the house? Is there anybody in our fancy new house? I don't think there is. I think everybody's out and about. Oh, okay, right. We'll wait till we shall wait till Sponge and Berengar get back here. And then we can go inside, I assume we can do it with this mansion, and have a little look at what the inside of this place looks like. Just before we do that, we do need to spend some money on add-ons for our place. So I've increased the storage slots. I don't know if we necessarily need to do that, but we have done. Building security, yes, please. Disease protection, fire protection. Oh, that's an extension to that. No, I don't need storage capacity. Fire protection, yes, we will have a bit of that. And then because we've only got 4 out of 10, it kind of makes sense for me to have some more disease protection and some more security, because that's the kind of bad stuff. We don't want our people in our fancy mansion to get the lurgy. We don't want them to get the pox and the plague. So we'll increase that. And then security, we might as well make it nice and safe to stop people kind of breaking in. There you go. Add some traps to your building to prevent burglars and other shady people from breaking in. Rusty nails in the window ledge. Ooh, that's gruesome, isn't it? That's all sorts of terrible. And Sponge has arrived home to the new house. They've not been in it yet. So let's have a look then. So, right, can we... Hey, there, look inside the building. So Sponge... Oh, it's very fancy pants. It's got a roaring fireplace. That's lovely. There's books. There's candles. There's fancy seats. Look at it. The seats have got padding on. It all looks very nice. They've even got artwork. Got lovely artwork. Sponge there. Don't know what she's doing. Berengar just checking his balance. There we go. I mean, you two are going to do all that sort of baby stuff in a moment. So I thought you maybe should be at least looking at each other. Maybe have some sort of conversation beforehand. But okay, fine. I mean, yeah, it looks nice. It looks nice in there. It's a lovely place. It looks very, very sort of warm and bright. It looks very bright. Brighter than I was imagining it might be. But okay, right. So, right, okay. Let's get... Oh, what's that? I just want to marry Gunter. Gunter's not for sale. Go away, Knockenhauers. So, right. Here goes then. So, Sponge... Produce an offspring, please. Absolutely. It's still a bit weird that, Berengar can just pop out the house while Sponge is doing that particular task. But there we go. And I think Battenberg has arrived at the trade route. Oh, and someone's leveled up and something's halted. It's all gone kind of crazy. So, right, where are you? You're in here. So you've arrived at the market. You've got this stuff to sell. So, yeah, this is going to make so much cash. So we'll just do that. Say, yes, please. And we'll do that and sell that for... 4.5 grand. We've only got 4 of those, but 4,500 monies. It only cost us 15,000 to send her on that trade route, the journey. So yeah, the fact that she's bringing back these items that are quite nicely easily sellable over here, it's kind of paying for some of that. So we're getting 3,000 influence from it every time. That's pretty good going. That's very, very good. The trial has ended. Okay, we've got 9,000 influence as well. I mean, is there anything over here that we need to buy? And I'm not looking at fancy stuff. I'm just wondering if we want to go over here and buy something that we don't make ourselves and then just go and sell it to somebody. Like, I don't know, maybe we just go from here, pick up a load of plate mail from the Braunschweig long distance trade route, and then go and drop it off somewhere else. Just go and sell it to our markets. Do we want to do that? Do I need to assess the prices and stuff? Let's have a little look at that, because that is something that has been raised in the comments. Also, somebody in here. Oh, many people in here have leveled up. Okay. You can have dexterity. Oh, you're a transporter. I thought you were. Oh, never mind. It's fine. You can have a point of dexterity anyway. Enjoy it. Yeah, I thought they were. I thought because they were in the middle, they were one of the sort of general workers. I thought the transporters were always first, but no, he's a transporter and he's in the middle. Never mind. Never mind. Right, you can have intelligence. Productivity goes up very nicely indeed. And you can have dexterity. There we go. Right, one of our family members did level up there. Who was it? Who has leveled up? Can't see who it is. I was expecting a green thing there on them. Let's click and see if anybody has leveled up. Come on, own up. It said one of our family members has leveled up. So it'd be nice if you could tell me which one. Doesn't seem to be anybody owning up. Nobody's got the green triangle thing on them. Is it one of the henchmen? Oh, there's other people waiting to be leveled up. Is that what that means? Oh no, they're buffed. They're buffed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it said that somebody was going to be leveling up. One of our family members. Oh, what was that notification up there then? What was that notification? Oh, hang on. Was it the thing he's back? Hang on. Go back up to the top. Is she back? No, she's not back. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that means now. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, hang on. Was it saying that Sponge is pregnant? Ah, that's what it was. Sponge is pregnant. Oh, congratulations, Sponge. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely news. Something I think we should do very briefly is just take a look at how the other dynasties are doing. Let's just have a little nosy at their sort of setup and what businesses they've got and all that kind of stuff. So we're doing okay. We know we're doing fine. We know all our businesses. Let's go and look at the rollers. So rollers, what do you have? Farmhouse. Okay, a crude craftsman's hut, which is pretty much falling apart. You might want to go and redo that. Just give it a lick of paint and board up some of the holes. Okay, so that's pretty much done. A windmill, a herb hut, and another windmill with nothing on it at all. 0 out of 400. Surely that is going to fall apart if it hasn't already. Can we go and see that? Can we go to it? Oh, double click. Right, okay. So yeah, so the windmill, we grind everything. Oh, it is there. It does exist. It's a thing, but it's surely going to fall down at some point soon. Yeah, it has no hit points out of 400, which that doesn't bode well, does it? That's not a good thing. Okay, so they've got a few things, but yeah, a couple of them are looking a little bit sort of a little bit worse for wear. Okay, Hepners, what have you got? Farmhouse, craftsman's hut, foundry. Okay, so they've got a foundry, which I think is a thing that you have to build in the town. So at least they've got a sort of a town industry. The herb hut and a windmill. Okay, again, windmills and crude craftsman's hut seem to be the way that those two have gone. What have you got? The Knolls or the Knollers. A farmhouse, a craftsman's hut, and a windmill. Okay, right, I'm seeing where this is going. Right, it really is going that way. The Wolgamuth have got a craftsman's hut and a windmill and a herb hut called the Nightshade family. Click, click. Okay, so that's yeah, okay. They've still got the craftsman's hut and the windmill. Everyone's very villagey. And then the Knockenhauers have got... Hang on, what? They've only got a house and a barn? But what do you put in the barn? Everything in stock? I don't think it is. You've got no other businesses to put any stock in there. Right. Well, they're in trouble. I would say the Knockenhauers. If any were going to go, if any other dynasty was going to fall, I would say the next ones in line are going to be the Knockenhauers because they've got nothing going on. They've got nothing going on at all. I mean, they've got this right. They're honest. They're generous. They're diplomatic. That's wonderful. But they've only got a house and a barn. That's generally quite bad. That's not good at all, is it? Okay, what does all this stuff do? Romances, hostages. You can't keep hostages, can you? And popularity. Okay, right. Yeah, we've looked at that before. Yeah, that's not very good for them, is it? That's terrible. So the only one that has got, who was it? The Hepners. Yeah, the only people that have got a thing in the city is the Hepners. They've got a foundry, the Bauble and Chain. Everyone else is all out in the villages. Right. Well, okay, I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised indeed. They've got a what is that? I know. Oh, that is a farmhouse called the State Parlor. I mean, it makes it sound far more grand than it is, but it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can live through the name. That's okay. And yeah, these buildings do look a little bit worse for wear. Let's check our buildings, actually. How are they looking? I think they're probably all right in terms of repair. Oh, yeah, they're absolutely fine. All our buildings are looking very, very good indeed. Oh, well, there we go. We're looking in very, very good shape. Some of the others are looking okay, and some, Knockenhau, as I'm looking over at you, are looking, yeah, very, very sort of dodgy indeed. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Knockenhauers go next. So Battenberg is currently sat at the long-distance trade route marketplace. So we're going to have a look at just picking some stuff up. So plate mail. So if we wanted to purchase plate mail from here, which we can't because there isn't any available, but if we did, it would cost us 2,088 gold, and we'd be able to then sell that. If we were then selling to the market, I believe that's how it works. So this does confuse me a bit, but the purchase is in red. So red would imply that that's a negative thing. That's coming out of your bank. And 1,670 is green. That implies that it's a good thing. So you're getting paid that. So if we were to sell it, it would be selling at 1,670 for plate mail. So now I've written that down. I've actually written down a bit of paper because I tend to forget things. So then we'll go over to here. What does it look like if we want to buy plate mail here? So we'd purchase it for, hang on, that's not what that says. That's not what those numbers say. That's a bit confusing. Right, hang on, Battenberg. Can we go and do this? Production has been halted, okie doke. Yeah, go here. Let's say we wanted to buy one plate mail, please. How much is that? 1,520. So if we buy one plate mail for that red number there, 1,520, and then we go to our markets and we sell it for 1,670, that's a profit of 150. There's 230 of them there, although we can't carry that many. I mean, if we were to spend, I don't know, I mean, it's quite a lot of money. Is this worth doing? So yeah, a few people in the comments have suggested that we look at this and just say, yeah, you can get quite a lot of money out of just sort of looking at what's going, what's going cheap. Well, I'll say cheap, but yeah, what's effective to buy at the long distance trade route and then sell to our market. So if we did this, if we bought, say, 20 of these, I assume we can carry 20. So for 30,400 monies, that's quite expensive. That's very, very expensive. But if we did that and then we sold them back again, hang on, right, let's make a note of this because this should. If we get 30,400 monies, right, maths with pens, it's never going to go well. So it's cost us 30,400. And now I need my calculator on my phone because then we can go to the calculator. This is what you all come to the Geek Cupboard for. So, and then we can say, okay, sell the 20 that we've just done, multiply by 1,670. That makes 33,400. So we'd make 3,000 money on that. Now, that's not vast amounts of money. That's not huge amounts of wealth, but it's still something. It's 3,000 that we didn't have before. So let's go and give it a go. So let's buy 20 plate mails. We can easily hold that. That's very easy for us to hold. And we could buy another 20 if we wanted. But let's just stick with that for now. Right, so now, Battenberg, pop back over to the market over here. The Old Town Market. It needs some plate mail, so it's absolutely fine. So run over. And let's see if this does actually hold true. And look who's here. Look who is around. Mayor Gunter, Arsenal Master Berengar, and City Legate Sponge are also nearby. They're waiting for you, Battenberg. So yeah, in your pop, let's see if this actually proves to be cost effective, or whether it is a little bit of a sort of a very long-winded, convoluted way of making an easy bit of cash. Okay, Battenberg is running in. However, we've got various other bits and bobs. So a trade agreement. No, you want Gunter, hands off my man. And the Knockenhauers and the Hepners are no longer allied. Okie doke. Right, we'll deal with the employee that's leveled up shortly. So, right, Battenberg, in you go, into the market. Wonderful. Now can we sell all this stuff to you? So if we go like that and then say sell, yeah, 33,400. So we've just made ourselves a tidy bit of cash. And we've obviously provided some plate mail to the people of Magdeburg, which is wonderful. So now that makes me wonder, what is the most effective thing that we can get? What's the best thing that we can buy at the sort of the cheapest purchase price that then we can sell for the most money? Because I will gladly go out and buy loads and loads of stuff. If we can make, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 grand or whatever dead easily, then yeah, I'm all for that. So that would require a little bit of sort of looking through all the different options. I think what we'll do is we'll look at that next time. We'll sort of, once we've done this part, I'll have to pop back into the Guild 3, albeit very briefly, and just have a look at the prices and just see what's going to be good. Just see what we can do and what we can't do. But yeah, I think that's going to be very good. I think that could make us a nice bit of money. But there we go. At least we know that is a thing. Right, how near is Jazine to actually finishing? Right, she's nearly done. Okay, right. Where are you? Battenberg, pop home. Because bit of a plan for you. When Jazine arrives home, I think she pops over to the docks over here because she goes on a boat. So when she arrives home, she'll bring the shiny things that she's bought from lands far away. And then we're going to come back here. And if we can, we are going to see if we can have another child with Battenberg and Jazine. Because that adds another child into the family. That is wonderful. And yeah, that means that we'd have ourselves quite a few. We'd have quite a few sort of children. We'd have 1, 2, 3 from them and 1 from them at the moment, although there's nothing to stop them having more, so we could have 3, 4, 5 children or whatever. And of course we still do have fruit somewhere around. Fruit doesn't appear on this list, which is a bit sad. I feel like fruit should appear somewhere, but there you go. So fruit is part of this dynasty game. I don't know why you're being so mean, but yeah, so fruit is here somewhere. So yeah, that'd be good. I think some more children would be a good thing. Something else we can do is we can go round and mess with the laws, can't we? Because we're the mayor of the town, surely we can have a look at turning some of these legal actions into illegal actions. Because we're good, we're a nice dynasty, we like nice things, we like sort of playing fair. So legal vandalism. No, that's not legal, that's a terrible thing to do. Legal Black Widow poison. That sounds like a terrible thing to do as well. Legal summoning. I mean, that's not good. Go to a cemetery and use all your arcane abilities to summon exotic goods from distant lands. Oh, you're not summoning sort of monsters. You're summoning goods. You're teleporting. You're doing teleporting of goods into graveyards. Writing pamphlets. Yeah, absolutely. That is legal. Agitating people. Yeah, that's fine. Freedom of speech. Paralysis poison. Yeah, probably make that a little bit illegal. And then toad slime. Disgusting, highly infectious slime is smeared onto the door handle of a building. Anyone who works in that building will then suffer from mysterious sickness that will sap their strength for a while, and they will therefore work more slowly. That's more of an irritant, isn't it? That's more of a little bit of an irritant, rather than anything being... It's not killing people. So I wonder, as Gunter, can we change the laws? Can we do that? Proposal to change city laws. Oh, yes. Oh, so this is all we can do. Oh, okay. This is a bit naff, isn't it? So poison a well is illegal. Yeah, I want that to be illegal, please. Oh, hang on. This is all we can do. I can't pick the ones that I would like. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to be able to pick the ones I would like to be able to adjust. But no. Well, I don't want to change those laws because they're all fine. I like those being illegal. Poisoning wells, murdering people by calling it eliminate as well, and just killing people. What's the difference between kill and eliminate someone? Surely that is the same thing. They're all illegal and they all need to remain illegal. So, okay. Well, there we go. I like the fact that this is just like a sort of a family affair now in this room. The council chambers is just Gunter, Sponge and Battenberg. It's Gunter and his 2 kids and they're just sorting out Magdeburg. Yeah, that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? I was hoping that maybe we could have laws that we would like to change. Maybe they just sort of cycle round or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, well, we'll leave that. That's a bit disappointing. That's a bit disappointing. I wonder if we go back in, it's a slightly different list of things. No, I wonder why it's bringing those up. Can we change that in any way? I don't think we can. I don't think we can change those. So, yeah, that's what's currently on the table to change. Maybe every day or whatever that becomes something different. I don't know, but that's a little bit naff, isn't it? I would have preferred if we could have said, right, these laws, yes, these laws, no, right, it's now the city is very much under Gunter's control with regard to laws. It's all sorted, but no, never mind. That's a bit of a shame. There's a thing up here that says bad news about a journey. It can only mean Jazine because she's the only one that's gone out on a journey. Okay, what is the bad news? Okay, she's home. Okay, is that bad news? That's a little bit mean. Did you get anything? Have you collected anything exciting? Maybe that's what the problem was. She has not been successful in acquiring some items this time around. Is that it? Is that all that was the bad news? Because you didn't actually tell me what the bad news was. You just said, there's some bad news about a journey, and then that's kind of it. Okay, right, well, there you go. Do you know what, though? At least as in you can come home to the fancy new house. You can come home to this wonderful new place. So, yeah, I don't quite know how we know, how she knows that it's there. Because, yes, it's an entirely new building, and she's been away since it's been constructed. But there we go. Someone's run over and told her. So, yeah, she can go to the lovely, brand new piece of cake mansion. Right, what we're going to do is, I think I want to run it forward to the next day just to see if that does allow us to change any different laws. So let's just blaze through until the next day. And then, yeah, if that doesn't swap round, then I don't really know what actually is, what's dictating what laws we can change and what hasn't. Reputation diminished. Office holder has been appointed. Guttard Noller has denounced us. That's a little bit mean. No need for that kind of thing. Right, okay, come on. End of the day. Let's get to the end of the day and let's see if we can change some laws. Okay, so it's autumn of 1434, and no, it's the same laws. So poisoning wells, eliminating someone, and killing someone, because they're different for some reason, are all still illegal. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I entirely agree. So yeah, I don't really know how these are chosen. I don't know if this is something that's in development or what. I don't really know why. It's just those. The help thing just tells us what we already know. So yeah, that's no real use either. So yeah, okay, let's leave the scene for now. Never mind. Oh, what's that? A trade agreement. Someone wants to grab Gunter. No. And oh, but look at that. Look at that. At the end of this part, just as I was going to wrap up, Berengar and Sponge are the proud parents of Manfred. Let's not go down Manfred, although that is a wonderful name. So charisma of 2, although a base charisma of 1. That's not very good, is it, for us? Because we normally have high charisma. Dexterity of 3, intelligence of 6. That's wonderful. Perception of 4, and a strength of 1, because we're not the strongest of dynasties or the piece of cakes. Okay, right, no, not Manfred. Let's not have Manfred. So say hello, everyone, to Cheese, because cheese, piece of cake. Cheesecake. Cheesecake is delicious. I do like a bit of cheesecake. So there we go. So you can be called Cheese, which fits in quite nicely with everything. So there you go. Right, so you've been born. No, we don't want to marry Gunter away. You, Lemon Drizzle, you have leveled up, which is wonderful. Why is your strength down? Oh, because you're literary. Okay, right, fine. Let's give you a point of... is it worth giving you a point of strength? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Is there some sort of life thing in here? Life force or whatever? Sort of longevity. I don't think there is in there. Okay. Let's give you a point of strength. That's probably a very good thing to do, just to top that up. So yeah, 3. We'll give dexterity next time, perhaps. Okay, so that's that done. Some other bits and bobs that I do want to actually get done just before we finish up. Right. Battenberg and Jazine, where are you? So Battenberg or Jazine, whichever, one of you, go forth and do the producing offspring thing. So that's good. So Battenberg, we might have another child there, which is wonderful. And actually, I think that was it, wasn't it? I think that was it. We can do the rest of the stuff next time. Many applications for offices going on. Oh, Berengar has applied for the office of Arsenal Master 3 times. Apparently, he's really determined. Okay, fine. So I think we'll wrap things up for now. We'll finish up. It's going very well. It's going really well. I mean, this is just quietly ticking over in the corner. All this stuff is just very silently creeping up. 75,000 money and almost 20,000 influence. It's not quite enough money for a baron. It's not far off. It's not far off at all. We are getting there very slowly but surely. And what do we need to actually get this? Yeah, so when we're a baron, we can then get ourselves tailoring level 4, which then means we can make all the fancy clothes, which is wonderful. And then at some point, I would like to go down the stonemasonry route just to get down the bottom there. Stonemasonry 4 plus 15 bonus when bargaining. That's going to save us a heck of a lot of money. So that would be great to get as well. So yeah, it's all looking really, really good. And yeah, next time we'll have a look at what we can do with some wheeler dealing from the long distance trade route there. We'll have a look at what we can do with that. And we might get Battenberg, a cart. It's like a horse and cart. Go get one of them made and then load that up with loads and loads of items, bring it back, sell those for quite a nice profit over here in the old town or whatever. But yeah, we'll have a look at that next time. I'll try and come prepared with some various facts and figures and things, rather than sort of sitting staring at the prices of something in one place and something in another and trying to compare them. We'll actually sort of come vaguely prepared as we ever are for anything in the Geek Cupboard. But we shall finish up for the moment. Hopefully you are still enjoying this. If you are, then please do leave a like. That would be very, very splendid indeed. And also, if you are not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here in the Guild 3. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. That's a kind of hammery thing. There's some sort of pliers. Oil filter. Yes, I found the oil filter. It's a murder weapon. That looks like it says brake fluid. I don't want to drink brake fluid. Toothpicks, spanners, a brown car. Why do all the cars look the bloody same? I'm not buying one of these. These are clearly awful.